Hi guys, it's Jughead82, and today I'm going to review a ranked game, a wrestling game, a game that before there was a quote-unquote Legends of WrestleMania, Acclaim attempted to put something together. The first game was called Legends of Wrestling, and the second one was called Legends of Wrestling 2. This was the final game released by the company called Showdown, Legends of Wrestling. So, without further ado, let's get this review started. Alright guys, this is Legends of Wrestling Showdown, or Showdown Legends of Wrestling for the PS2. The thing about this game, was released by Acclaim back in 2004. A really fun game if you ask me. This is the third in the series. The original one was called Legends of Wrestling, the sequel was Legends of Wrestling 2, and this was the third one, the final one actually, Showdown Legends of Wrestling. Of course, this would be one of the last couple of titles released by Acclaim before they filed Chapter 11 and went out of business. Well, the options you have are Quick Play, Match Play, Showdown Challenge, which is kind of like a career mode, but on here they do it kind of like decade. You play through the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Create a Legend, options, and extras. The extras on here include a tutorial on how to do the moves and so forth on the game, and the tutorials by the legendary Bret the Hitman Hart. You also have a memorial in the game, which is dedicated to the wrestlers who have passed, and you have credits. We're going to go to Match Play, and you have basically versus, tag team, classic, tournament, and battle royal. Now classics is kind of like basically matches from the past, like the Iron Sheik versus Hulk Hogan, the Macho Man versus the Ultimate Warrior, yeah, still owe you, Warrior. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat versus the Macho Man Randy Savage, Owen Hart versus Bret Hart, and you have Hulk Hogan, Hulkamania versus I am the 8th wonder of the world, Hulk Hogan. I am Andre the Giant. But basically it's a who's who of matches. You even have Sting versus DDP. I'm saying Sabu versus Terry Funk. I mean, they have a mixture of so many different classic matches on here. But let's go to versus. You have basically all your sit-ups for matches, like any wrestling game now. Let's go on the standard. Go on Team 1. You have Team 1 and Team 2, but if you have it just with one player playing it, you're going to automatically go to Team 1. Basically, it's just which side you play on and so forth. Well, as you can see, this game has the Macho Man Randy Savage on here. Unlike the newer game, Legends of WrestleMania, that doesn't. It actually has the Macho Man on here. And also, as you can see, you can select between 4 different outfits for each wrestler. That's for every wrestler in the game. And as you can see, there's a bunch of wrestlers on this game compared to Legends of WrestleMania. And there are wrestlers on this game that are, of course, like Sting and, guys like that, the Nasty Boys, that are not on Duel of the Bush, or that are not on the WWE licensed game. And that makes it great for variety. Sid Vicious is on here. For variety, Eddie Gilbert. I mean, there's a who's who of wrestlers that you can pick from. We're gonna, let's see. How about we pick, you know what, I'm going to probably just go with the Macho Man Randy Savage. The Macho Man Randy Savage, of course, was not on the newer Legends WrestleMania game, but he is on this one, so we're going to pick him. It's kind of like a maze going through the wrestlers that you need to pick. Let's give him his old attire. Random. And guess who we're fighting? We're fighting the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, baby. We got Madison Square Garden. On here, unlike the other two, we have different arenas that are actual arenas. They're not just made-up arenas. You have Pontiac Silverdome, Wembley Stadium, the Acme. You have Tokyo Dome. Let's play in the Tokyo Dome. And of course, you have your match options, which are basically set for TKO if you want it on or off DQ. You know the basics for that also. This game was criticized for being repetitive as related to going for moves. The wrestlers' moves were not, quote-unquote, realistic to the wrestlers themselves, meaning that you would see Hulk Hogan go for a drop kick, or you would see a wrestler that you know wouldn't go for a Hurricane Run or go for a Hurricane Run on this game. But I think they did that probably so they can get a younger crowd wanting to buy the game. You have Gary Michael Cappetta, who's doing the announcing of the wrestlers, who's a legendary commentator for the AWA and other wrestling organizations back in the 80s and 70s. But as you can see, there's the Macho Memory section. But graphically, the game looks pretty decent considering the fact that it came out in 2004. There's a little kind of blurriness on the graphics, which is kind of weird. It plays with your eyes a little bit, might make your head hurt. And he's fighting. He's got on the classic Andy Kaufman Superman type of outfit he had on back in the day for Memphis. I am the mouth of the South, baby, Jimmy Hart. I managed the Nasty Boys. I managed them all, baby. I took them all to the top. That's my Jimmy Hart impression for today, boys and girls. But like I said, this is a very, very fun game. For me, I like it for the nostalgia, being able to play as a classic wrestler from the past. But like I say, you'll get a gist of what people complained about on this game once the gameplay starts. This game is also very glitchy. Kind of like you'll do moves and stuff and you look like you've been teleported to the other side of the ring. And there's things in this game, okay, they try to do a weight realistic thing, but eventually the wrestler will pick you up. Like now, you just seen him try to pick me up for a belly to back suplex and he couldn't do it, and that was more realistic, but then they end up having him pick me up for moves anyway, so it's kind of retarded. So Acclaim at this point was really struggling to keep afloat. The games that they were producing were not really selling, and some people feel that the last Legends of Wrestling game, which is the one I'm playing right now, was rushed in production, so that's why it was kind of glitching and it wasn't really, it really looked like it was put together properly for it to be released. It was basically Acclaim trying to rush it out, hoping that they would sell it and it would be able to get buys and, you know, kept the company stay up. But unfortunately, Acclaim ended up filing Chapter 11 and ended up going out of business. There have been plans to have a sequel to Legends of Wrestling. A company did buy it because Acclaim sold all their assets, including the games that they had, like the Burnout series, which is still going now. But I haven't really heard anything else other than the fact that it's supposed to be a fourth Legends of Wrestling game release. But I'm playing as the Macho Memory Savage, and the thing about this game, unlike the Legend of Wrestling game, like I said, it has Macho Man in it. It has a bunch of other wrestlers that are not in it. Commentary on the game was done by Bobby the Brain Heenan, the legendary Bobby the Brain Heenan, Tony Schiavone, and the living legend Larry Zbyszko. Commentary for having those three guys should be pretty decent, but unfortunately, what the game suffers from is repetitiveness also with the commentary. You will see the commentators saying the exact same thing if you like get on the top rope. They'll say, he's going to the top rope, he's going to the top rope, and eventually you might just want to just cut the commentary off. You might have some enjoyment out of history, like Bobby Brain talking about certain things that happened in the wrestlers' careers and so forth, which is pretty good. He's really getting it. Okay guys, like as you play this game, you'll see a little bar right under your health meter, which is yellow, which is a thing that lets you know to go for your finishing move and so forth. Okay, he's got me, no he doesn't, But what it is once you get your wrestler in a dazed state or get him to a point where you can set up your finishing move, he's really getting me. Yep. Hey, you can't beat the Macho Man. Yo. Back down. Come on, the Macho Man is here. Oh, get down. Once you have your finisher up, you just hit the right analog stick, and that's the same button you also show off with. And here's the flying elbow drop. Bang. Detection on this game is kind of messed up also, guys, as you can tell by this flying elbow drop. 2. Well, guys, I'm going to have to beat on him a little bit more, but this has been my review of Showdown Legends of Wrestling. This is Jughead82, signing off.